Chris, Disney says, they took this show off the air because they thought things were getting a little too heated and thought Kimmel's comments were maybe ill-timed and insensitive. Why do they think Tuesday is the right time to bring him back?
Well, this was just sort of a cooling off period. This is actually what some of the station owners had asked for. There were a lot of people calling into local stations, whether it's Salt Lake City or wherever, saying that his remarks were insensitive. And so Disney felt it had to act. That was Wednesday. There have been discussions at the highest level. We understand from Disney CEO Bob Iger and Dana Walden, the head of TV, directly with Jimmy Kimmel himself over what the future would hold. Right now, we don't have any details in terms of what he's going to say on Tuesday. But part of that has, there have been calls from some of the station owners for him to apologize to Charlie Kirk's family, even make a donation. So whether that happens, we'll wait and see.
So, Chris, I am curious here. What is the future? When we heard about the suspension, there was a lot of talk about the fact that Kimmel's contract was up at the end of the year anyway, I believe. So when we talk about this return on Tuesday, should we assume that that's going to be a temporary return?
It's pretty obvious that the late night comedy format is challenged. Stephen Colbert is going off the air next year. You can decide whether that was based on politics or financial decisions. CBS had said it was a financial one. The Kimmel Show is also losing money. These shows are just not getting the audience that they used to, and they're very expensive to operate. And so you can expect probably that this is not, a lifetime job for Jimmy Kimmel.
I am curious, though, assuming that they do get rid of Kimmel, is this the idea that they would replace him with another late-night host, or are they going to basically just walk away from this, at least the traditional late-night format altogether?
I think that's very much the direction they're heading without replacing the show.
But they would walk away. So Chris was talking with Lucas Shaw about this the other day, or we were exchanging Bloomberg messages, and he made the same point that you did, that this show loses money, that Colbert lost money. But there are some benefit to the network of having these big name shows that bring celebrities in, right? Is it possible that it's valuable to them even if it costs $10, $20 million a year?
I think that's one of the reasons why they've stayed around as long as they have, but there's all these other ways to get that message out with social media and that. And so having these expensive late night shows is maybe not the best format going forward. I don't think Disney's made a final decision on the program, but, it definitely doesn't appear to be a long-term thing for Jimmy Kimmel.